I don't have much to say about this particular film, so I'll just read out Eduardo Margheriti's comments upon the 1984 picture from Antonio Margheriti, which translates into English as codename Wild Geese. When producer Erwin C. Dietrich brought the German rights to Tornado, he came to Rome together with cameraman Peter Baumgartner to meet Antonio and offer him to shoot an action film about a group of mercenaries. A harsh and cynical film, inspired by the success of The Wild Geese. In fact, the English title, but also the German, French, and Spanish ones, bring that film to mind, codename Wild Geese. Nom de code, Ois Salvages, Command, Patos, Salvages, etc. Only in Italy is the film released with a title that doesn't sound like a sequel or a copy and manages to achieve good public success at the box office. Dietrich asks Antonio to use a good part of the cast and crew taken from Germany, and I must admit that we got along very well, both in this and in the other two films that followed with the same production and the same actors, Commando Leopard and The Triangle of Fear. I will get to Commando Leopard, oh yes we will. In this first film, the cast featured the English star Levi Collins, successful protagonist of the TV series The Professional, accompanied by large international cameos chosen in agreement between the producer and Antonio, Lee Van Cleef, Klaus Kinski, and Ernest Borgnine. I watched the English language copy of this film, so we have some dubbing, but obviously actors like Borgnine and Van Cleef are speaking in English. Klaus Kinski is dubbed with this posh English accent, and it's fantastic. It's phenomenally entertaining. My goodness. Then two very talented German actors, Thomas Danberg and Manfred Lehmann, and the inevitable Alan Collins, now considered a lucky charm for our films. Filming, as often in those years, took place in the Philippines and Hong Kong for around 7 weeks. Very little time, especially working in the jungle with weapons, helicopters, special effects, and especially with Klaus Kinski, Antonio said in an interview. I bet there's stories Eduardo's not sharing here about Kinski, which they're just trying to be respectful to the guy. And it's just a cliche to share stories about Kinski at this point, so Herzog's got the best ones, let him share them. In this film, I created a large second unit for Antonio, directing many of the battle scenes in the final sequence. At the end of filming, as always, he prepared the models and miniatures, which we then shot in Rome. Okay, that's a brief video here. Thank you everyone, I appreciate it very immensely.